Y'all hit the thumb. I know we can get the thumbs up over 100. God damn. This me, baby. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and click thumbs up. Here we go. Listen. Listen.
I had to minimize my hours of working.
Single mom Joanne Hargrove, a mail carrier in Pittsburgh, needed to be at home while her 7-year-old daughter goes to school virtually.
Let's get the rhythm of the hit. Ding dong.
Working weekends instead of full-time makes providing for the two of them tough.
I didn't realize how much groceries cost. And I didn't realize how much, like, toiletries and, supplies for my house. I didn't really pay attention to how much that stuff cost.
Even with unemployment benefits and 2 stimulus payments, expenses aren't all covered.
I am paycheck to paycheck. No, I didn't completely deplete my savings. However, my savings is dwindling.
She's not alone. In a new CNBC and Acorns Invest in You survey conducted by SurveyMonkey, 1/4 of Americans said they have tapped their emergency savings or borrowed money from family or a friend since the COVID-19 outbreak. Nearly 40% of black women have had to take these measures, among the highest of any group. The survey found that 60% of black women are the sole financial decision makers in their households. Financial advisor Crystal Alfred Cooper says when forced to make difficult choices, the first step is having a plan for spending.
We are asking people to start looking at their expenses, what they can do without. We're going back to the definition of needs versus wants.
For Hargrove, that means establishing limits and living in the moment.
Sometimes I have to say no while we're at the store. No, we can't get that right now. I try to just live from day to day. I had to.
That was the end of it right there. Let me make this quick. We're going to run it back. We're going to hit on some key points. You got to let me know who your auntie is so I can see if it's deemed worthy to go ahead and take it down here. It depends on what happened at your auntie's funeral. I'm just trying to say something, and I don't take shit down. Because I mean what I say and I say what I mean. You know what I'm saying? But let me know who your auntie them is. You know what I'm saying? You say, I borrowed some money just to cash up. Well, I appreciate that right there, man. I be appreciating y'all. Let's go on the running back. Point out some thing real quick.
I had to minimize my hours of working.
Single mom Joanne Hargrove, a mail carrier in Pittsburgh, needed to be at home while her 7-year-old daughter goes to school virtually.
Let me talk to y'all real quick. See, because nobody expected this type of pandemic to come around to where the kids wasn't going to be with their other parents, which is the school, which is the teacher. We didn't have no understanding that right there could ever happen and stuff, and now we got to be like super parents and shit, like watch our kids and stay home with them and miss work and all that there. And we thought that we was independent, we can do it on our own. That's what we were had. That's the thought process that we had out here. Shit, I'm doing great. I got my good job. I got my career. Shit, I send my child to school the 8 to 10 hours a damn day, and then I pick my child up and stuff. I got this thing popping. I'm on my own. I don't need nobody. Until that shit hit the fan, bill. Now I got my career, but I can't work over 40. I can only do the weekends, baby. You better listen. Applaud your job for just allowing you to work part time when they had to hire you for full time. Now you also got to think about this here: if things get back in order, or if you able to get the child back in school. What if they don't let you back full time, sugar? Just saying.
Let's get the rhythm of the hit. Ding dong.
Working weekends instead of full time makes providing for the two of them tough.
Of course it would. When you used to working 5, well, you used to working through the week, so you're making through the week money. When you're just working on the weekends, wait a minute, let me check myself, because I just thought I'm educated. Shout out to Darren for the $20 cash up. I appreciate that. Can y'all continue to do that? I really do appreciate it. Look. If you can't work through the week, because your child got to be in the virtual school thing and you need to be home with your child, who watching the children? Who watching the baby on the weekends when you work? On the weekend. Here we go.
I didn't realize how much groceries cost.
And the children is best left with the mamas. That baby just said, I didn't realize how much grocery costs. Motherfucker, what? So you weren't buying grocery like before the pandemic? That ain't what you were doing. You wasn't walking in there like, damn, I spent $100 and I ain't get shit. Nah, I spent $50 and I ain't getting nothing. Or this shit done cost me $500. You didn't realize the cost of grocery. You got a career. You educated, baby.
And I didn't realize how much.
That's a good one right there. You say they ate McDonald's 5 days a week. See this? You can't beat the logic. That's perfect right there. Because if you don't know how much grocery costs, that means you don't grocery shop. Come on, man. Look at you talk. It's just two of y'all. Listen, baby, $100 with just two of y'all can go a long way if you kind of know how to shop. Hell, if you just don't be picking up that BS out there. You can feed you and her on damn near a little nothing. I'm trying to explain it to the babies.
Like toiletries and, supplies for my house. I didn't really pay attention to how much that stuff cost.
Even
you didn't really pay. Oh. So I'm kind of understanding now. I really didn't pay attention how much it cost because I had that paper. That's what she's saying. I had that paper. I had some disposable income, and I was just throwing it away. I wasn't watching my money. I was not being financially responsible with my paper. That's what she just told you. Because if you didn't know that toiletries and cleaning shit cost damn near more than grocery, baby, the children is best left with their mama them.
with unemployment benefits and 2 stimulus payments, expenses aren't all covered.
They said with unemployment and 2 stimulus payments, I don't know why the government believe that them 2 stimulus payments was like a lot of money. I don't. And if you needed those 2, if you needed the 2 stimulus payments to keep your life going, that just let you know where your life was at. I just want to tell you that right now. For the folks who got the stimulus the stimulus checks and shit, and it just added on to something that they already had, and they wasn't like really, really out of money. It's just supposed to be an add-on, baby. But if you needed that to survive, you was already in a bad situation.
I am paycheck to paycheck.
Of course you are, baby. You don't went from working through the week to working on the weekends.
No, I didn't completely deplete my savings.
Now that's a good thing. You had savings, but you wasn't. Your financial literacy was not up to par, sugar. You didn't know how much grocery was. You didn't really pay attention to how much toiletries and cleaning supplies and shit for your house was. That means you wasn't a responsible, financially responsible, sugar. No, you won, baby.
However, my savings is dwindling.
Of course it's gonna dwindle when you don't put nothing back in and you still got expenditures. Big word. I think that's a word out here I was supposed to use. It said Deborah Cox's voice. How did we get here? I'm trying to tell you something. Shout out to Maurice for the $10 cash app. Man, I appreciate y'all. Here we go.
He's not alone. In a new CNBC and Acorns Invest in You survey conducted by SurveyMonkey, 1/4 of Americans said they have tapped their emergency savings or borrowed money from family or a friend since the COVID-19 outbreak. Nearly 40% of black women have had to take these measures, among the highest of any group.
Yeah, the dog users is among the highest who's, I guess, basically been affected more by the pandemic, by the C-19 outbreak. Because we can do it by ourselves. I got all my shit together until an outbreak happens. One thing that these last, I say about 5 or 10 years have people thinking that you don't need family, that you don't need a system. Businesses work off systems, and your family should be a business. So you need systems. Just saying, say update her GoFundMe. She raised $1,000 for food and rent. Got to be more careful.
The survey found that 60% of black women are the sole financial decision makers in their households.
60% of dark-hued sisters, the sole decision maker. Children best left with their mama them. The sole decision maker, meaning they're by themselves. But I'm pretty sure that they got some meat laying around somewhere. Just saying. But the decision of the household is made solely by them. And you see how it's working out for.
Financial advisor Crystal Alfred Cooper says when forced to make difficult choices, the first step is having a plan for spending.
First of all, the plan should have been way before a difficult situation. See, your plans, financial literacy, knowing when to spend and what not to spend, knowing that this shit is not important because you trying to build some type of wealth. Hashtag no guidance.
We are asking people to start looking at their expenses.
If you got to start asking grown folk, adults, to start looking at their expenses during the pandemic, if you is an adult and you have not looked at, if you need a motherfucker to tell you, hey, maybe you need to look at your expenses and start cutting shit. If you need somebody to tell you that right there in the pandemic, you a real good parent out here. Shout out to Miss Chowney for the $7 cash app. Say tides, passer. Oh, Claude. Wait. Passer, Claude, Hamacy. I hope I got that right. Here we go.
What they can do without, we're going back to the definition of needs versus wants.
For Harvard.
Yeah. They say that what is the net worth for dog users is 0 or is negative now. It used to be $5. Now the shit don't went under 0. Shit under negative. That mean that y'all get the bag and shit, but y'all ain't got no money after all your expenditures gone. Sad thing.
Rove, that means establishing limits and living in the moment.
Sometimes I have to say no while we're at the store. No.
And you've been spoiling your baby, which is cute when you got that paper. You should have already been knowing when to say no, baby. But see, typically, when we got some paper, we don't be saying no. Cause, come on, now that petty right there. Let's go on and get that out of the way. That's nothing. And she did pretty good because she did create savings. I do understand that. But the one thing that you did wrong, Sugar, and a lot of years, let me point this out to y'all, you're doing it on your own.
We can't get that right now. I try to just live from day to day. I had to.
And that's the end of that baby struggle. Well, the story, because she going to continue to struggle until things get back better and she can put that child back in the schoolhouse. I know it's not your fault that the pandemic happened. I know. But it's your fault if you ain't have things set up to where if some shit do transpire, that you'll be able to be all right for a very long time. I understand you had your emergency fund for the 3 months and stuff. I understand you got the emergency fund for the 6 months. I do get it. I hope the pandemic done taught people. We need years. This should have taught people you cannot depend on your job. You need multiple streams of income. A lot of y'all been watching YouTube and Facebook and all that type of shit there, and Instagram, and people been saying this shit for years. But you been following, you don't understand. I got a good job, bitch. I'm good. I'm an essential worker. That's what's up. That's what's up. And shout out to everybody who is working full time, but the full time is 32 hours now. Shout out to the companies who was now finna pay $15 an hour. but a full time is considered 32 hours. So say, yeah, poor monkey management, because don't you ever believe, because she on film single, that she ain't giving that monkey away. Just saying, I still want to know who the hell watching the child when she at work, and why can't nobody watch the child through the week while the child is in school. I don't know people's situation. I'm just pouring something out.